Okay, let's start our live right now. So let's see if everything's in order so we can get started. Waiting for my live to start. Okay, once it starts, you might be able to see there, but I'm just waiting how to show me right here. Okay, so we can get started. Let me get my everything ready right here. Yes, we on. We on right now. Okay. So okay, we ready? Just show some here. So we're gonna be solving. Let me show you the question we're gonna be solving. So we're gonna do the whole exponential crash course for exponential. That question right there. This question right here. Excuse me. Okay. Let's make sure everything's in proper order before we get started. Okay, let's see. Everything's in order, so we know we can get started. Okay, let me test my microphone face. My microphone seems it's not. Hello. Okay, hello. Hello. It's working. It's working. Okay, so we're ready to go. Close is a lot of noises in the front of the window because it's raining heavy outside. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. We're ready. I think we can get started. Okay, so the first question here, they say simplify. So first and foremost, you need to know the exponential rules. Let me write for you the rules. So the rules is, if you have, let's say, okay, before we go to the rules, let me explain something. Some people don't know what exponential means. If you have, let's say, x and y, this is the base and this is power. But all this together, we call the exponents. So this is our power right here, and this is our base. You can see this at the bottom, so it's the base, and this is the power. So all them together, we call them what? Exponents. Exponents. So if I say base, just know the one at the bottom. Power means that one, anything on top. Okay, now let's get to our business. So let's check to the rules. Let's check the rules so we can solve this question right here. So you have about 4 or 5 rules. Very simple rules. All you need to do, like I said, math is the rules, and you have to memorize those rules. Okay, let's check the first rule. The first rule, for example, if somebody give you x 2 and then multiply x, let's say 3. So once your base are the same, see, these and these are bases. You can see if the bases are the same and there is a multiplication in between, those are rules. Like I say, base and base are the same. And what happened? There is a multiplication. Only must be multiplication. If it's a plus, it's not going to work that rule. Only if it's multiplication. So if there's multiplication between, what you do, don't write 2 bases. You only write 1 because they are looking alike. And then add this power. Add that one plus that one. So 2 plus 3. So the answer is going to be x power 5. That's all. More example. Okay. Okay, somebody give us, let's say, m power 2q times m power negative q. So the base are the same. So if the base are the same, I don't have, and there's a multiplication, it must be the same, and it must be multiplication. So I don't have to write 2 base, I write only 1 base, and then I add the power. 2q plus negative q. So 2q plus negative 2 plus and minus is going to give us minus. These 2 plus and minus is going to give us minus. So 2q minus q equal to q, 1q, done. Okay, let me just do 2 more examples, and then we know we are here. So that's all. Just remember, if you have a 2 things, so somebody can give you this. Let's say x power 4 times y square, and they give you x power a half, and they say y. So you see, there's a multiplication for each group. We have, this is similar to that. They have the same base. This is x, and this is x. So the base are the same, and there's a multiplication between them. So for that being said, I can put them together. So I can say this is going to be x power 4 multiplied by x power half. I'm going to put them together. You know why? Because in math, if you say 2 times, this dot means multiplication. For some people don't know. When you write this, that means multiplication. If somebody say 2 times 3 times 4 times 8, you can switch them because there's a multiplication between. This same say 8 times 2 times 4 times 3. You can write however you want, as long as only if there's a multiplication. Okay, so you can switch them. So that's why I say this x power 4, I'm going to put this and then right close to it, and then I'll put y power square, and then I'll write the last y, which is y. But when you say y, it means y power 1, even if there's no power, but I write power 1. So now let's apply the rule. The base are the same, so I only write one base and then add the power. 4 plus a half is going to be 4 and a half. So what is 4 and a half? 4 and a half means is, okay, we multiply and then we add. If you want to change to improper, means you multiply this and then you add that one. 2 times 4 equal to 8, and then you plus 1 equal to 9 over 2. That's all. So you multiply, because you cannot write exponential like x 1 and a half. No, the power must be in proper or proper fraction only, not mixed fraction. Never write x 3 and a half. No, that's not proper way. Or say y 3 5 over 7. Never write something like that. The power must be either proper or improper. That's a standard form of writing the power. So 4 and a half meaning is 4 and a half. But let's change it to improper. So you multiply, then you add. 4 times 2 equal to 8, 80 plus 1 equal to 9 over 2. So I can say, if I add these two, because the base are the same, I only write one x. And then 4 plus a half equal to 4 and a half, which is 9 over 2. If we change to improper, 9 over 2. Now we go to the next. So it's going to be y. 2 plus 1 equal to 3. Oh, why did you write 1 here? I write 1 here because when you say y, it means y power 1. Even if they don't write power, it's just y power 1. So that's how you simplify. So sometimes they can mix up. All you need to do, put them together only if there's a multiplication. So remember that, right? So if you can look careful here, right? Now let's go to other rules quick. So we got the first rule. Another rule, let's go for division, because that was multiplication. If somebody give me, let's say m a power 4 over. Before we go to division, let me show you something. This is very, very important. Reciprocal rule. Reciprocal rule. This is very crucial rule. Reciprocal rule is like somebody give, let's say 3x power negative 5. So for reciprocal rule, what you do not focus on number. You only focus on exponent. You know what I say exponential, right? Means the base with the power. Only that. Only that. That's the only thing that you're gonna focus on. So what I'm gonna do is say, okay, 3 has nothing to do with the reciprocal. So what you do, you take this under the number always. Under the number. If you take under the number, on top of the number. But for now, we have to take under the number. So I'm going to take all this to the bottom. It's going to be x negative 5. But I do not say negative 5. The only thing, since it goes under the number, you only change this sign. It's going to become positive. Here it's going to be x power 5. That's all. And you have to reciprocate. So I can reciprocate back if I want. Let's reciprocate back. So this is our final answer. So you can always play around. Let me go back where I was. Oh, so I can take this to the top too, where I was. And then I'm going to say 3. Let's take this to the top. If I take to the top, means it's going to come here. It's going to be x. So it's not going to be positive, because here is positive. It's going to become negative 5. The only thing you change the sign. Why is negative? Because when you say any number, let's say 3, 3 means it has a sign of positive. Even if they don't write the sign, we know the sign is positive on the left. And the sign of any number is on the left. So that's how you reciprocate. You can reciprocate back and forth. Okay, let me check two more examples for reciprocation. Second rule. Okay, somebody give me, let's say 7 negative over 2 x power negative 3. Yes, I can reciprocate. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to focus on the number. I'm only going to focus on this exponential. So now I'm going to say it's just a negative 7 over 2. But remember, this stuff is at the top of a line. So it's going to go to the bottom. It's going to become x. And the only thing changes the sign. It was negative here. It's going to become what? Positive 3. See, it went bottom, but the bottom. And that's your answer. You have already reciprocate. So to reciprocate means either go to the below the line or on top of the line. And the only thing you change the sign of a power. Okay, so I hope you understand a little about reciprocation. And you can go back and forth. Not all the time we take to the bottom. Sometimes we take to the top. Let's take example. Somebody give us, let's say, let's say, 2, every time is 2, let's say 8. 8 over 7 negative y power negative 2. So I can reciprocate this one. How I'm going to reciprocate? Look, I'm going to say this is equal to 8 over 7 negative. So I'm going to take this to the top here. So it's going to come to the 8. You see this line here is going to go to the 8 here. It's going to become y. So the only thing I'm going to change is the sign. This sign is not going to be negative. It's going to be positive now. When it goes to the top, it's going to become what? Positive 2. That's all. And that's your final answer. So to reciprocate, you can take to the top or to the bottom. The only thing you change is the sign. I apologize. Okay. Now, so the second rules, we got there. Reciprocation rule. Let's go to the division, because the thing is, I don't want to show you the division of Hemi, right? Before I show you the reciprocation, because the division most of the time it involves the reciprocation. Let's go to the division rule, because I'll show you multiplication rule, reciprocation rule. Let's go to the division rule. Okay, so somebody give me let's say x power 3 over x power 8. So what I'm gonna say okay, x power 8. There's a lot of ways you can do this question. Let me show you 2 ways. The first way, I can simply say, okay, well, there are 3x. Cancel all of them. There are 8x, means remove 3. If you remove 3, you're going to be left with 5. Because you cancel 3x, you're left with only with 1. Number 1. And you cancel 3x, means if you remove 3, you're going to be left with 5. So our final answer is 1 over x power 5. That's our final answer. That's our final answer. So if your exam is a multiple choice, that could be that. But somebody can say, oh, you know, I can write more. I can do more. I can say, if I want, I can take this to the top. And then I have my 1. And if this goes to the top, it's going to be x. The only thing, remember here, there's no sign on the left. So the sign is positive. Any number which does not have a sign, the sign is positive on the left. So this is going to go to the top. It's going to be x. And then we change the sign. It's going to be negative 5. So the final answer could be either this or it could be this. It depends on your... So write them both if it's a written exam. But it's a multiple choice. And then you can look among the two, which one is there in your options. Okay, let me show you another way that I can solve this question. So this question I could have solved in another way. Is x power 3 over x power 8. Let me show you how I'm going to solve another way. So that's the first way. It was x power 3 over x power 8. Another way I could have done, I could have said, okay, well, these base and these base are the same. So I'm only going to write one base. I'll write one base and always take the top power minus the bottom power. So we're going to say 3 minus 8. You minus, you don't plus. We only plus if it's multiplication. So since the base are the same, I only write one base and then take the top. Always take the top power minus the bottom power. Never do other way around. You're going to be in trouble. So this is going to be x. And then 3 minus 8, 3 minus 8, 3 minus 8 equals to negative 5. So that's your final answer. But I can reciprocate that one if I want. So that's going to be my final answer. But I can reciprocate if I want. I could have said this equal to... Let me ask something, my beautiful family. If you have an M, how many M are these? M is just 1 because just an M. Person means 1 person. House means 1 house. So here there's no number means there's a 1. If there's no number. So then I'm going to say there's no number here means there's a 1 before. Excuse me. So then I'm going to say... My apology. So I'm going to take this to the bottom. So I'm going to say I'll write my 1 because 1 has nothing to do with the reciprocation. I'll write my 1. And then I have to take all of this to the bottom. So I'm going to say over. It has to come under this 1 here. So I'm going to say over x. But this sign here is negative, right? It's going to become more positive. So final answer is going to be 1 over x power 5. So final answer could be this or it could be that. Which is the same thing like how we did before. But otherwise, we did the other way around. So remember those rules, okay? Let me do one more for division. And then I can show you other rules. So why am I doing this? I have not started yet to solve the question, but you know, you have to know the rules for you to be able to solve this question. Okay, let's take another rule quick. Another rule quick. Okay, another rule say, so these are rules. You must learn the rules for you to be able to solve the question, right? It's like you live in your mama's house. Say, baby, you have to get home earlier. Or at school, they say you have to get to school at 7 or 8 a.m. If you go to school at 12 every day, means they're going to call your mom and your parents, say, hey, you have to come here. We have to suspend your boy or find him another school. Or we don't want him here because he don't follow the rules. So same with math, you have to follow the rules, okay? Follow your rules for you to get the marks. If you want to do your own rules, you're going to fail. Let's take more example. So if somebody, let's say give you x 4, and then x negative 3. 3 over 7. Simplify. So what I'm going to do, I'll say, well, so now you cannot cancel. I suggest do not use that rule of cancel. Use the second rule which I show you. That's the base rules of looking at the base are the same. So I'm going to say this x, and there's a division. Since there's a division and these bases are the same, I don't have to write two bases. So I'm not going to worry about this because this has nothing to do with exponents. So I'm going to write my 3 over 7 as it is. And now these bases are the same. So I'm going to write only one base. Right to the top always. Right at the top. I don't have to write two of them. I write only one, but I write at the top of a line. And then after that, take the top power minus the bottom power. So I'm going to say 4 minus the bottom. But what is the bottom? The bottom is negative 3. Look careful here. Because you take the top power, minus the bottom power. So what is the top power? Is 4. It's like, say, 4 minus, you can put it like this, minus the bottom power. What is my bottom power? Negative 3. Don't say, oh, I'll just say 4 minus 3. No, you must say, oh, if you think you get confused, write like this. And then write the top power. What is the top power? 4. The bottom power is negative 3. So negative and negative is going to give us what? Positive. Because negative and negative always positive. Let me write here. Some people that might not know better. If you have a same sign, let's say negative. Oh, let me use another color as well. Same sign always give you positive. For example, negative and negative. This is going to give you positive. Let me write here. Negative and negative. Space, man. Okay, let me make space here. Let me explain to you something here about the sign. Negative and negative is always give you positive. As long as the sign are the same. Even if it's positive and positive, it's give positive. Why? Because these are the same. But when the difference together is going to give you negative. For example, negative and positive is always going to give you negative. Or positive and negative. Why? Because these are two different things. When the sign are different, it always give you difference. It does not matter which one starts. When the sign are the same, similar, you see these are similar, it's going to give you positive. It does not matter. Negative and negative, positive. Positive and positive, positive. As long as they are the same, it gives you positive. As long as difference give you negative. Now let's go back to our business because this has nothing to do with what we do right now. But I just explained that just for the new people who don't know the basis of the sign. That's what I say here. That's what I say negative and positive is going to give us what? Negative. So it's like a 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 equal to negative 1. Or if you don't know, you can plug in a calculator. 4 minus 3, say 4 minus 3 you get equal to 1. So then we're going to say 4 minus 3 equal to 1. So then we're going to have 3 over 7. 3 over 7. And then remember, like I say, this must be on top. X, 4 minus 1 equal to 1. So this may say 3 over 7. But x power 1 is just x. So write like that. Okay? Let's take more example for division. So I suggest do the rules of writing the same power because canceling sometimes it does not work. Okay, I suggest take the same base. Okay, let's take more example. Okay, somebody give you 2 over 8. 2 over 8, let's say, minus, and they say let's say y power negative 2 over y power negative 5. So we're gonna follow the same rules. Okay, so now we see we have a division here. Since we have a division, so we're not gonna focus much on the number, but the number we can simplify because negative 2 divided by 8. Okay, look. If you divide, okay, negative 2 divided by 8 is gonna give you 1. Okay, 2 divided by itself 1. How many 2 in 8 there? 4. So then we're gonna have a negative 1 is the number over 4. Now let's go for the letter. So for the letter here, y and y is the same base and there's a division. And if that's the case, we're only going to write only one y because they have the same base. And write at the top of a line. Always at the top of a line. Don't write to the middle. You can do it, but I think it might cause you making some little mistake. So you write only one y because the base are only if it's the same. If they're not the same, there's nothing you can do. Because these are rules. You follow the rules. You must say, oh, my one is difference. Means then you cannot apply the rules. Okay? You follow the rules. So for that being said, we take the top power and then minus the bottom power. So we're going to say negative 2. Or let's do this. Write your bracket. And then at the middle, we say we take the top one minus the bottom. What is the top one? Negative 2. The bottom one is -5. That's how you should do. And they say this could be -2 minus and minus is going to be plus because it's the same sign. You write your 5. Now, you plug that in a calculator, it's going to give you 3. -2 plus 5 equal to 3. So then, I can just do slow, but we know the answer is going to be +3 now. -2, -2, and they say minus, the bottom one is -5. And we did already here, we say equal to 3. So I don't have to do it again, equal to 3. So I'm going to say equal to 3. And that's our final answer. And you're done already. Okay? But I can say, okay, let me just do for fun. Let me reciprocate. I can say -1/4. If I want, I can reciprocate. I can take to the bottom. If I take to the bottom, it's going to come to the below the line. That's why I say you have to pay attention on your line. If I write my line, it's going to come to the bottom here. But remember, if you come to the bottom, I'm going to write exactly. But the only thing is going to change the sign because here there's no sign means it's positive. So it's going to become -3. And that's going to be the final answer. Because when you take to the bottom, when you reciprocate, the sign is going to change. I believe you know the second rule, which is division. Now, we want to go for the next one, right? We want to go for the next one. My apologies. I want to keep my phone in silence because some people were just calling me and distract me. Okay. Now, so another rule, like I say, right? This is a crash course because if you understand this idea, you're going to be able to solve all this question here. Let me show you all this question we're going to be doing today. That one right here. This one right here. This one right here. Oh, this one right here. We're going to solve all of this. This one right here. This one right here. This one right here. All of these you're going to be able to solve when you finish it. Excuse me, sorry. My apologies. I'm sorry. Apologies. Okay. Let's take another rule. Let's take the last rule. Two more rules we go. I think 2 more if I'm not mistaken. But if I've got something right there when we solve, I'll remember like, oh, I didn't explain you this rule. Let me explain it to you quick. Okay, so we already did the division rule, which is the most it challenge a lot of students this one. Let's do like just a power. Any number power 0 equal any number power 0, that number equal to 1. Everything. Like if you have a base and a power is equal to 0 equal to 1. It can be any number, let's say 7 power 0. So equal to 1. Everything, right? Never say x power 0 equal to x power 1. No, it's not. It's not. You can never say that. Because everything with the power is going to be equal to 1. So this is not true, but that's what I say. It's not equal. This equal, but not equal means you cancel. Is not equal to x power 1, but equal to 1. Because you must take everything with the power equal to 1. So now it's going to be equal to 1. That's to say all of this equal to 1 because you must take that with the power equal to 1. This with the power means base and power if it's power 0 equal to 1. I can prove that to you. The second number here, for example. Okay, take any number here. Let's say 5. Any number, you can even take a billion, trillion. Any number. Any number. Say, just say power 0. You're going to see. Equal to 1. Equal to 1. So anything, it could be anything equal to 1. You can write anything. It's going to be equal to 1. I'm apologize. You see, I say 0 now. Oh, okay. Now, okay, another rules. Let me remember another rule. Which other rule? Oh, another rule, the last one. If somebody give, let's say, x root, and then here they say m over n. You know, m over n means it can be any numbers. So this one, what you do, if you want to remove this root, this is what we call root. And then you're going to say this equal to, write your x, and then flip this. See this one, you flip it, you say n over m. Just flip other one. So the root go, and then those power, write them bottom, top, like flip it. That's all. That's all. That's all you do. Okay, let's take example. So that's just like example. So you remove the root and then you flip those numbers. Example, somebody gives something like this. So 3 is just x3. So if there's no number here, remember, it's like say 3 over 1. You write 1 at the bottom if there's no number, because you must have a 2 number so you can flip. So write 1 at the bottom. Never write at the top. These are rules. You don't follow the rules, you go in trouble. Okay, you know why? Because look, if you say 3, it's the same as 3 over 1. Because if you put in a calculator, when you say 3, look, and you say 3 over 1, it's the same thing. Look, 3, and they say 3 over 1. Look, say 3, come to the fraction here. If you say 3, 1 must be at the bottom, right? Always must be at the bottom. It still give you 3. So it does not make any difference. That's why I say 1 at the bottom. Always 1 at the bottom. There's not going to make a difference. So this is going to be same as x. Remove your root and then flip the number. So when you flip the number, it's going to be 1 over 3. Just flip. This is going to go to the top. It's going to go to the bottom. And then 1 over 3. And we're done. So remember that rule, right? If you have anything in the root, if you want to remove, what you do, remove the root and then flip the number. Let's take more example. Somebody give you, let's say y. So there's no number here, means which number is here? If they don't write any number, it's called square. So it's 2. So they're going to give like that. So what you need to do, remember here, they say 2. If there's no number, just put your mind is number 2. You know this. Oh, why? What do you mean? Like, I don't see the number. No. Listen. If there's no number, just know it's 2. Put in your mind. So I'm going to say this, let me say 2, and then over 1. Because it must be 1 at the bottom. And they're going to say y. Flip it, it's going to be 1 over 2. And now we apply the rule. Can you see? Now, let's go to the actual question. I'm about to wear my glasses right now because I want to get serious. I want to get serious right now. I'm getting 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 serious right So now that we're gonna say, we know all the rules now. Which rules I didn't show you? Let me. Okay, if I'm gonna find it, I'll let you know right there. But I think we have check all the rules. Oh, so now we're gonna say, before we start this question, let me show you some, because this stuff we're gonna apply now. If you have, let's say, normal fraction 3 over 5, divide by 4 by 20 over, okay, let's see, by 12 over 20. So this is a normal fraction. You know why I do this? Because we're going to apply now here in solving. So this MSA, look, don't worry about the first one. Focus on this one. Because, you know, all this stuff I'm showing you because we're going to apply it now. We're going to use it. So this MSA 3 over 5. And you see this division? Write as a multiplication. And then flip the second one. This second one flip is going to be 20 over 12. That's what you should remember. So now see how we're going to play here. But only if it's multiplication, only if it's division. That's how you do. Right as it is the first one, and then change this right to multiplication, then flip this. Okay, now let's go to the question now. I think we can solve all this question right here. All the question now. See how I'm going to solve. Let's do this basic stuff, man. I love this. Okay, now we go. So they give us this question here. So, oh my God, why this is big? You didn't show me now. I don't know what to do. It's easy. Let me show you how we're going to do this. So first of all, me personal, I'm going to say, let me focus on the number. Okay, you see there's a multiplication here. Take all the number behind. So which number we got? We got 20, we got 7, we got 14, we got 40. There's multiplication. So I'm going to write my bracket here. Put all the number 20. It's just a 20. And then I go to number because there's a multiplication. Only if there's a multiplication, right? Multiply, because multiply 14. Go to the bottom. Here we have a 7. I'll write my 7. Is it? Multiply by this number, which is 40. Now I go to the letter. Let me go, let's say, to letter X. So I'm going to write my letter X. What my letter X? X power 4. Multiplication, because here you see they give you multiplication right there. You see there? Multiplication. Do you have a letter X? Here we only have this X. Do you have an X here? No X here. So we don't want to write anything right there. Let's go to the bottom. Do you have an X here? Oh, yes. Yeah, at the bottom, because you can see the line. At the bottom, we have X. Okay, do you have an X here? Yes, X power 4. So I'm going to say multiply. For multiplication, you can just put dot. It means multiplication, okay? Multiply by X, because multiplication in this sign is the same thing. I'm going to write X squared, because this is X squared. So I'm done with the X's. So we want to go for Y. So for Y, oh my God, the space is not enough. Okay, let's go for Y. Let me move this to the right a little bit, so I can have a space. Okay, let me move this to the right a little bit. I'll move back again. Oh, let me move at the bottom right here. Sorry, my apology. Okay, so now we're gonna say now we have a, because number we done. Now for x's we done also, because we say we take this x to the top. Here we don't have no x. That's why we write only x power 4 at the top. No more other x. We go to the bottom. We have an x here. We have this x. And then do have another x. Yes, x power square, x power square. This one right here. So now we go for y. Where's my y? At the top, I have a y square. And remember, it's a multiplication, right? You have to remember those rules. If you don't remember the rule, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, yo. Okay. You're going to be in trouble, baby. Okay? Now, we want to go here. We have a y. This is going to be y square. Multiply. This is going to be y cube. Multiply by y cube over. At the bottom, we have a y power 5. And then we have another y here. No other y. Okay, we're done with the y. We want to go for z. On top, we have a z power 5. We have another z here. No z. So we over. Now we come here. I do have another no z here. Here on a z cube. Okay, so then we can start to solve our question. So I'm going to remove this one here so I can have a space. Okay, let me just move this one here so I can have enough space for me to solve. So I'm going to put it aside all the way so I can have a space here to solve my question. Let me put, I'm going to hide it a little bit, but I'll bring it back. No worry. Apology. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the rules now. If you take 20 times 14 over, okay, so we can simply plug in the calculator. This one come in a fraction, and then come in a fraction. Go to fraction. Okay, go to fraction. Okay, go to fraction, and they say 20, 20. We start with the number 20, 20, and then you, oh my God, 20, 20, multiply by 14, and you go to the bottom. You go to the bottom, 7, 7, multiply by 40, multiply by 40. So you need to have a speed because our exam is going to be speed. And this is going to give us, let's watch for the answer. And this is going to give you 1. Oh, okay. So here, all this stuff is going to give us 1. All this stuff is going to give us what? 1. So now I'm going to go here, multiply. Let's go for x. For x, we're going to go, okay. This is like x power 4. So first of all, let me deal with the bottom because we have a 2x. Look, if you have x times x squared, which power is here is 1. But the base are the same. So this base and this base are the same. So since these bases are the same, I only write one base according to that rule that we did. And then only one base, and then because the rules say this base and this base, write only one base because they're the same. Only they're the same. And then I have to add the power. So 2 plus 3 equal to 3. Means you add this. 2 plus 1, equal to 3. So this same essay here in this group is like say x power 4 over x power 3. Because I simplified this. But now it's easy because I'm going to use my rules here. I'm going to say, wow, these bases are the same and you have a division. So I'm only going to write one base, take the top power minus the bottom. So I'm going to say top power minus the bottom power. What is the top power? Is 4 minus the bottom power equal to 3. Now this is going to be x. 4 minus 3 equal to 1. So it's like a 3. So what I'm saying? It's going to be equal to 3. Okay. So now we're done with it. Equal to x. What am I saying? Equal to x. So all this stuff when you simplify is going to give you equal to x. So I'm going to erase that and I'll write x. It's going to be equal to x. So I'm going to say 1 times all this stuff we got x. Now let's go for the second one. So for the second one is like y squared times y power 5. Look, y squared times y power 5. The base are the same. I write only one base. 2 plus 5 is 3. This is 3, sorry. 2 plus 3 equal to 5. Because the base are the same, I write one base. 2 plus 3 equal to 5. And then over y power 5 at the bottom. Because this is y power 5 at the bottom. So now, this and this is the same things. Like 5 divided... Because look, same thing divided by the same thing equal to 1. Y power 5 divided by y power 5 equal to 1. Because the same thing, like say 9 divided by 9. You know equal to 1. Okay, so this is going to be times 1. Now we go for z. So for z here, we're going to say, okay, well, z, base are the same. I only write one base and then take top power minus the bottom power. So it's going to become z, 5 minus 3 equal to square. So then times by z power square. So our final answer is going to be x because 1 times x is x. 1 times z power square is going to be z what? Square. This is going to be our final answer. We're done. That's our final answer. But somebody can say, oh, you know, I can just play around and say this, let me say x is just x. I can take this to the bottom if I want, and then this is going to become z, and then this is positive, it's going to become -2 if I want. So it can be any of these two. So we're done with this question. Now we want to go for the next question. So the rules now, you know how we play with the rules, right? Okay, we know how we play with the rules. Let me tell one more. Okay. Sorry. I have to get to one of my students who's watching live right now. Okay. I appreciate for your patience. I appreciate for your patience. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to make sure that the my student, because they're one of the Tyler who's been following me, so I want to tell him that to stay tuned so he's not missing it. Okay, thought about that. I apologize. Just a minute, we'll be on again. Okay. Okay, cool. We're ready to go. Let's continue. Let's continue. Apologize. Now let's get to the bit. So now we're gonna say right now. So we have a question right here. Now these are little new rules now, which I didn't show you. Before we do this question, I think it's important that I show you something else. Okay. So an exponential, we got something also. For example, if somebody give you 2x equal to 8, they say, excuse me, see now they say what? Equal to? Before we go to that, okay, let's say multiply. Let's say simplify. Yes, you can simplify. Let me show you how I go simplify. So I can change this 8 to the similar base. So I'm going to say this is going to be 2 power x. But 2 power which number equal to 8? 2, let's come here. Let me show you the calculator how to do that. So I'm going to say 2. What is 2 power 1? 2 power 1 is like a 2 itself. But I say 2 power 2 means like a 2 times 2. When you say 2 power 3 means 2 times 2 means 2 multiply itself 3 times. 2 power 5 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So this let me say 2, there are 5 of them. 2 power 5. Do not confuse with the 2 times 5. It's two different things because 2 times 5 equal to 10. But a 2 power 5 is like a 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which equal to 32. Two different things. Power and it times is two different things. Oh, what do you mean? You just times here 2 times 5 and you say do a power and times difference. Listen, it is difference. 3 square and you say 3 times 2 is 2 different because 3 times 2 equal to 6. But a 3 square is like say 3 multiplied by itself twice. I mean again. So 3, which equal to 9. If I say 3 cube is like 3 times 3 times 3, which is going to be 3 times 3 equal to 9, 9 times 3 equal to 27. Okay? So this is not equal to 3 times 3. It's not equal. Okay? It's two different things. Now let's go to our business here because I want to show you this rule so we can solve this question, right? So then we're going to say 8. What is 8? 8 I know is 2 power cube because it's like 2 times 2 times 2. So it's like 2 power 3. So instead of say 8, I'm going to say 2 power 3. Why did I change like that? Because my intention, I want this and this base to be the same. Because I want to apply the rule here. Since these bases are the same, I write only one base and then I add the power x plus 3. Because when the bases are the same, I write only one base and then I add the powers. Simple like that. So this is only if there's a multiplication here. Okay, let me do one more example, then I'm going to show another example. Okay, somebody give, let's say, 3 power x equal to 1 over 27 2x minus 9. They say let's not say multiply. Let's say multiply, and then I'm going to come for the one when it's equal. So they say multiply. So first and foremost, I'm going to have to change this 27 to the same base. So I'm going to say 3 power x multiply. Okay, look, what is 1 over 27? Because these bases are different. So I have to make the same. So I'm going to say 1 over, what is 27? 27 is 3 cube. Why I say 3? Because I want to have the same base as that. 3 cube is like 3 times 3 times 3. Okay? Or which is going to be 27. 3 times 3 equal to 9. 9 times 3 equal to 27. So I can remove this one here. And then I'm going to say, instead of say 1 over 27 is like a 1 over 3 cube. But remember, if I say 1 over 3 cube, even though the bases are the same, but it's not fair because this is at the top, these are the bottom. So you must go to the top. So if you take to the top, remember, we have to reciprocate. If you reciprocate, it's going to come here. It's going to become 3 power negative 3 because this positive is going to come here. It's going to become negative 3. We're reciprocated. So this, let me say, bring it here is going to be 1 times 3 power negative 3. But 1 times 3 power negative 3 is going to be 3 negative 3. So all these things here, I can just simply say 3 power negative 3. And there we have it, 2x minus 9. See now the bases are the same. And once the bases are the same, what we do, we don't have to write 2 of them. We only write what? 1 base. Only when the bases are the same. These are rules, like I say. So I don't have to write 2 of them. I write only 1 base and then I add the power. So it's going to become x plus negative 3, which is this. And then we have a bracket because we have this group here. So we must put in a bracket 2x minus 9. So I'm going to say 3 and 3. I write only 1 3. I write my x and then we add by this negative 3, and then we put this together. 2x minus 9. So now this is equal to 3 3. Now this is going to be x. Now we come here. Negative 3 times 2, negative 6x. Negative 3 times negative 9 because there's a bracket, so we must multiply for both. Negative 3 times negative 2, negative 6. Negative 3 times negative 9 equal to positive 27. You can plug it in the calculator. So now we have a like term. This is 1x minus 6x. 1x minus 6x because there's a like one, so you can put them together. So 1x minus 6x is going to give us, look, 1x minus 6x. Why I don't add with this? Because this has no x, so it's not similar to the one with the x. 1x minus 6x equal to negative 5x. Equal to negative 5x. So simply say 3. This together is going to give us negative 5x. And then we plus 27. So that's going to be my final answer. So that one when it's multiplication. Now, how if it's equal? Let me show you when it's equal. So when it's equal, we don't do like that. Let me show you now. When it's equal, it's different play game. It's different field. Depending on how you do. So since it's equal, you must do exactly, but you don't put them together because there's an equal sign in between. So first and foremost, I'm going to play defensive. I'm going to write my equal before I do anything. And then I'll write my 3 power x on the left. But here I must do something about it. But I have an equal, remember. So what is 1 over 27? 1 over 27 is like 1, 3 cube. Because I want it to be 27. 27, I want to break it as a 3, so it's going to be 3 cube. 3 cubes is like 3 times 3 equal to 9. Times 3 equal to 27. So 3 of them, 3 cube. And then this time I say 3 power negative 3. So I'm going to remove this. I'll say 3 power negative 3. But on outside here, I have this on 2x minus 9. So with that being said now, I'm going to say, well, that's same as say 3x equal to 3 negative 3 times 2x negative 6x. Because we must multiply for both. There's a bracket here, so we multiply for both. Negative 3 times 2x, 6x. Negative 3 times negative 9, positive 27. So now, remember there's an equal sign here. Since there's an equal, and the base are the same, for this case, if there's an equal sign in between, cancel the base. Let me say it again. If you have an equal sign and the base are the same, watch only if you have an equal sign. Only if you have an equal sign. You have an equal sign and there's an equal sign in between and base are the same. You see, base are the same. 3 and 3. There's an equal sign. As long as base are the same, what you do, you cancel this. So you're going to be left with x, 6x, plus 27. Okay, so now this is a normal algebra. So we're going to say this has an x and this has an x. So this is going to go to the left. So here we're going to have an x plus 6x equal sign. Remember that you have an equal sign here because this one went here. So it's going to become x, just x. And when one go to the left, remember it's negative. So it's going to become positive. That's why I say positive because the sign must change once you jump over equal sign. And then write our equal sign, write equal sign. Remember this went to the left, so there's nothing here. So on the right of equal sign, we're only left with 27. So x plus 6x, 1x plus 6x equal to 7x, equal 27. And now how are you going to get your x there? You divide by 7 throughout. So divide by 7 here because you want to only to be left with x. So divide by 7 and divide by 7. This and this cancel, so the value of x equal 27 over 7. We're done. So remember, if the base are the same and there's an equal sign, and then you have already simplified what you do, you cancel the base. Now let's go to our business now. Let's go to our business now. See how I'm going to solve this question. See how easy it is. This is like a crash course. Let's do this one right here. This is like kind of similar. Can you see? 9, 27. So I'm going to have to think, okay, excuse me, sorry. Which number there should I break so they both can have the same number? Look, if I take 27 and 9, which number has a common? Base of 3 is common for both. So I'm going to say 27 equal to 3 cubed, because look, you can put it here in the calculator if you don't know. I'm going to say 27 equal to 3 power which number? Look, 3 power which number? We know if you say 3 square, it's going to give us 9. Okay, well, if I say 3 cubed, you'll give it 27. So that's let me say. So this 27, 3 cubed. So I'm going to say this equal to 3 cubed. And then outside here on top, I have 3x minus 7. And then equal sign, always don't forget. What is 9? 9 is 3 square. But here on top, I have a bracket. Put your bracket 6x minus 1. So now the base are the same. Once the base are the same, cancel them. You don't need them. Cancel. And there's an equal sign. Only if there's an equal sign. Don't forget that. Only if there's an equal sign. Only. But if there's a multiplication, please don't do that. You know, when there's a multiplication, you must write one base. You add the power. So this rule only apply when you have an equal sign, is when you cancel the base, when they're the same. So you have to make them the same. So I'm going to be left with what? With 3. Okay, it's like 3x minus 7 equal to 2, 6x minus 1. So now what we're going to do, we're going to multiply for both. 3 times 3x equal to 9x. 3 times negative 7 equal to negative 21. Equal sign. 2 times 6x, 12x. 2 times negative 1, negative 2. So now, what we're going to do, this is 12, right? Like 10 must be one side. This has x, this has x. So I'll take this to the left so you can go to the x, and this must go to the number, because this is a number, this is a number. But these are x and this x must be together. So here I have a 9x. But remember, there's no sign here, means it's positive, because there's no sign. So if I take to the left, since it jump equal sign, only if it jump equal sign, and then this sign is positive, it's going to become negative. It's going to become negative what? 12x, because it jumped the equal sign. We'll write your equal sign here. On the right, I'm left with a negative 2. And this, remember, is negative 21. When it jump here, it's going to become positive 21. Now, 9x minus 12x equal to negative 3. You can plug in the calculator. 9x. Don't put the x, just say 9. 9 minus 12. Why we put that? Because these are like terms. I'm sorry. 9 minus 12. 9 minus 12. Sorry. My apologies. Negative 3. So 9 minus 12 equal to negative 3. Equal. Negative 2 plus 19 equal to 19. Negative 2 plus 21 equal to 19. So the final answer is going to be, there's an x here. Sorry, I forgot the x. So negative 3x equal to 19. So divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. Okay. X equal to 19 over 3. I hope that's a correct answer. But if I made any mistake, the important thing, you know how to solve. I felt like it could be the right answer, but maybe I can do it quick to see. Maybe if I made a little mistake. But 19 over 3, it is a final answer. Let me just try to do a quick and see, maybe if, just in case if I made a little mistake. But I do believe that's the right answer, because the important thing is the steps. Let me do quicker since you know the steps, right? So change the base so it can become the same base. So what is 27? 27, 3 power cube. So I'm going to say this 27 equals to 3 cube. And then here's going to be 3x minus 7. Equal. 9 is 3 square. And then I got 6x minus 1. Okay, this and this cancel because there's an equal sign and the base are the same. Only if there's an equal sign. So 3 times 3, 9x. 3 times 7, 21. Equal to 3 times 2, 12x. 3 times 1, no, 2 times 1, 2 times 6, 12x, 2 times is going to be negative 2. Okay, now let's put together. 9x is going to come here, it's going to become minus 12x equal to negative 2. Come here is going to become plus 21. Yeah, that's correct. It's going to give us negative 3x equal to, that's going to be 19. Yes, divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. This and this cancel. So x equal to 19 over negative 3. Negative 19 over 3, or negative 19 over 3, or 19 over negative 3, either way. Okay, let's go to the next one. So the same game here. Okay, so we have a question here, right? So I'm going to do the same game. So this is 32 and this is 1 over 4. So I must put them in power 2 in my opinion. Because when you say 1 over 4, this may say 1 over 2 square. And this may say 2. If our reciprocate is going to go to the top, it's going to become 2 power negative 2. So then I'm going to say all this stuff here is going to become 2 power negative 2. And then I'll write my bracket 9x minus 5 equal, what 32? I'm going to say 2 power something. Why I say 2? Because I want the base to be the same. 2 power, which number equals 32? 2 power 5. 2 power 5 equals 32. Look. 2 power 5. Go to on. 2 power 5 is going to be equal to 2 power 5. So how do you know? When you practice, you can try always, let's say 2 power 4. When you practice, for me, I know, for example. But for you, when you start to practice, okay, let's say 2 power 3. Oh my God, sorry, my apology. Sorry. My calculator kind of slow a little bit, okay? So when you practice it, for example, 2 power 3. Oh, what is 2 power 3? Oh, you give me 8. No, 8 is too small. Okay, so let me say 2 power 6. When you practice, all right? Until you get the number. So for me, I know it's 2 power 5, okay? Oh my God, sorry, 2 power 5. 2 power 5. So 2 power 5 equals 32. So this is going to be 2 power 5 instead of that one, 2 power 5 in the right bracket, x plus 8. So the base are the same. So since there's an equal sign, so we cancel that and that one. But if there's a multiplication sign, it's a different ballgame. If it's a multiplication here, what you do, okay, let's do is how they ask, and then I'm going to show you when it's multiplication. So I cancel this, and then I'm going to say, okay, so I'm left with that one and that one only. So say, now you multiply this. So you see, we cancel the base. But if we choose multiplication, what you do, you write only 1, 2, and then you add this power. Because it was, if it was multiplication, you write one base and then you add your power, which is going to be this one and that. But for now, we don't do that. There's an equal sign. So if it's equal sign, you cancel the base. That's why I have to make the base the same. This and this cancel. So I'm going to let you there. Negative 2 9x. So I can simply say negative 2 times 9x equal to negative 18. Negative 2 times negative 5 equal to positive 10. Equal sign. Equal sign. 2 times x. 5 times x. 5x. 5 times 8 plus 40. And then what we're going to do? Like 10. So this is going to come to there. So you still have 18x here. Remember, this is positive. When it comes over, it's going to become what? Negative. Equal sign, equal sign. Here we have a 40. And this is going to go over because, remember, this is equal sign. Since it jumped equal sign, this sign is not going to be positive. It's going to become negative. Okay. 8x minus 5x equal to 3x. 40 minus 10 equal to 30. Divided by 3, divided by 3. This and this cancel. So x equal to 30 divided by 3 equal to 10. So x equal to 10. Let's take more example. Okay, let me check more example. This will be the last, but there's no question here. Oh, okay, let's do this one here. They say, can you solve this? Let me solve this in a separate question. But hey, look. We got a question right here. Someone asked me this question very, very quick. Oh, let me stop this video and then I'm going to start another live, which I'm going to solve this question and this question right here. So for that being said, let me stop here for this live. Let me see how many minutes. Guys, maybe I can finish them quick so we know we're out of the way. Oh, Paul, sorry. So we have done 54. I think I can just do them because 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I can be done with this. Okay, now let's do this one quick. Okay. So we got a question right here. So what I'm going to do first, this is, okay. So I'm going to say You cannot simplify this. Let me do this as an example because this will take a little time. It can take a little time, but let me do another example in another video. Thanks a lot for time. So for that being said, I'm gonna stop here. In your first time here, make sure you check the link below. We help the homeless, feeding the homeless, take the kids who have been dropping out of the school. Some of these kids are their family are on drugs, or some of them it's just a situation that make them or lead them to be on the street. So we have that program. Click the link below. See what we do for the community. That being said, thanks a lot for your time, and I'll see you soon. Subscribe, like this video, share to a lot of people. Peace, and I'm out. I'm out. So check part 2 where I'm gonna explain those other important questions.